hello everyone, it's your girl Beauty87 here, aka Grace, and today we're going to get into things that Colourpop needs to bring back. So y'all know Colourpop has 533, 18, 27, 17, 38 million collections that they've come out with over the years that they have been in business. So I want to talk about some of my favorite palettes that I still have in my collection that they don't have anymore that I want them to bring back. So a couple of them I feel like won't be a surprise to you. Other ones I feel like might. So I'm starting off with the number one I know y'all not going to be surprised about. Oh, also, Colourpop is on my eyes right now. So I have the Fade to Hue palette on combined with Kathleen Light's So Jaded palette. And that's what we got going on with the eyes right now. So I'm trying to catch up with my Instagram pictures that I'm supposed to do for the Color Me Black that Darius has going on right now with Colourpop. So I'm trying to support him by making sure I have my Colourpop, at least one Colourpop picture up every day. I already have my picture up for today, but I'm trying to do 2 a day so I can have one up for daytime and then one right before I go to work. So y'all should get some at like hopefully 12 p.m. and like 7 p.m. I happened to get up early today because I wanted to film some videos while my mom was gone and Adriangameover got snowed in at his dad's house, which means there's no one in the living room for once. Because believe it or not, I hate filming in the kitchen, but we got to do around here sometimes. Sometimes I got to film in the kitchen whether I actually want to or not. But let's get into the palettes I wanted to talk about instead of me rambling for 20 minutes as usual. So the first one, again, I'm sure you're not surprised, the Good Sport palette. This palette is amazing. I don't know what the hell they were thinking get rid of it, but child needs to get their life in order and bring it back. It needs to be revived. Or let me collab with you and I'll just bring it back and call it my own since you didn't want to keep it on your own. How about that? I'm telling y'all, this palette is hot fire and it's great, and I pray everyone that wanted it got a chance to get it, especially since they got rid of it. I don't know what the hell they were thinking though, because this palette is amazing. I guess because they're so used to those neutral boring shades that they're used to pushing out and everybody buying, like this may scare some people, I don't know, but I was here for it and I want some more of it, so I need some more stuff like that. Like I think it'd be cool if they came out with their own version of the Prism palette, like was it ABH had. I think that would be really cool as well. The next one I have, they just got rid of, so it's not like it has been gone for a really long time. I feel like Good Sport's been gone for like at least 2 years. This one just got taken down, and this is Dream Street from Kathleen Lights and Colourpop. I understand why they couldn't keep this forever because Kathleen licensed it to them for a certain amount of time, I'm sure. But it's still a gorgeous palette, and of course it has like some nice warm tones, when you need to make a rush out the house quick look. And of course it has my signature blue smoky eye look. So that's why I love this palette, because it's like I could take this on vacation, do my blue smoky look that I love to do, or just use the blue for the lower lash line when I have to do a boring look to go somewhere. Then I could have a nice little pop of red when I want to do a change of eye look, or I can just keep it simple with a shimmer on the lid in a corner and then maybe like the brown on the lower lash line or something. So that's why I love this palette. I think this is a great palette, and this is one of the good formulas, because y'all know like lately some of the formulas have been good, some of the formulas have been bad. It's just child, let's not get into it. But we're gonna move on to the next palette. So the next palette I have is the I Think I Love You palette from Colourpop. Now, Andrea Montanaro agrees with me on this. She loves this palette just as much as I do. This is like, and y'all know I'm not a neutral person at all, but I think I like the fact that this seems to be like more neutrally coolish tone palette, and I feel like a lot of their neutral palettes are warm tone like everybody else's, and I'm not on the warm tone train, I'm on the cool tone train. So this definitely speaks to me. It has a nice black in it, but you still have a dark brown. So if you're a person who doesn't really like to use black, you can use the dark brown, and maybe you can use the black to darken out a V, or just put on your lower lash line to give you a nice little smoky look. But you still have those nice warmer shades that you can use with these shimmers to make a daytime appropriate look. So I feel like that's why this is a good palette, and I think they should bring it back. The next one I have, again, it's a collaboration palette, so I understand why they don't have it anymore. But this is the My Little Pony and Colourpop palette. I loved this palette. Like, I love this row at the bottom. I love the fact that it has these nice little pink and purpley shades that I like to use. I wasn't really that fond of the top row, but I feel like there's some nice shimmers at the top that can go with some of these mattes at the bottom. And then I can do my little signature look with the bottom and mix in some of these tones. With this one, I feel like you still have to go outside and grab another palette, but since Colourpop makes 20 palettes every 20 minutes, it shouldn't be hard for you to find another Colourpop palette to pair with, or just grab a couple of singles for your collection, make this a nice little eye look. But this is a palette I would love to see them bring back. I might make a couple little tweaks, like obviously I would get rid of this and maybe add a couple more mattes that are more useful for people my skin tone. But otherwise, overall, I like the palette and I think it's really nice, and I would like to see it come back. Now these rest of these palettes are these holiday palettes that Colourpop had that they obviously got rid of. They just made them for holidays. So these first two, these are from their holiday collection that they had with Ulta, because I think they have a holiday collection with Ulta every year. It's probably in their contract that, you know, they get exclusive things from Colourpop, and then Colourpop releases on their website later on, because I did see these on Colourpop's website later on in time. So but this one is my favorite of the two. This is Sweet Nothings. And I like this because it's a cool tone purple eyeshadow palette as opposed to a lot of warm tone purples that people usually pick. So I just like the fact that the bottom row has a lot of dark mattes in it as well. I think that was what really was the selling point for me on this palette, because it has nice shimmers. It has that, you know, signature, what is it, brow bone shade that everybody uses that I don't use. It has, the only thing I hate is this sequin matte shade. But I mean, again, you can work with that. It's not that big a deal. I'm just mainly excited about this row here at the bottom, like all these deep purple shades to use, because people usually don't put these colors in palettes, which intrigued me. And then they had some really nice shimmers in it, so I really like this palette, and this is one of my favorite go-to purple palettes when it comes to Colourpop, aside from the other two I have, because I feel like they actually do really well when they make purple palettes, and I would love for them to bring that back as a new addition instead of that Flutter By one, because I feel like those tones are a lot lighter and wouldn't necessarily work for someone my skin tone, which is why I'm glad I have the Sweet Nothing palette. Okay, so the next one I have is this one. I feel like this one is really similar to the I Love Sada E Through My Eyes palette. So I think it would be a good idea for them to bring this back once her collab is up. So that way people who want that palette can get something that's similar from Colourpop and know it's going to be the same Colourpop quality. Because, you know, a lot of the tones in here are really similar. And I did, in my 5 brands that duped themselves video, I showed this palette against that palette, because I feel like they are really similar in tone, and it would be awesome if they brought this back after her collab went out, so that way if people still want that same color story, they don't have to worry about paying the licenses to her for the palette, but it'll still have the same similar tones in it. So just a good business idea on their part. And the last one I have is the Chasing Rainbows palette. So I really like this. This is like one of my all-time favorite Colourpop holiday collections. This and the I think it's All I See Is Magic. That one's okay, but it doesn't have enough mattes in it, which is why I didn't feature it in here, because it's like it has those nice jewel tones, but I need more mattes. With this one, I feel like they gave you a good array of mattes and shimmers. Like you have these mattes up here at the top to go with this row, even though this is a sequin. You have these mattes down here. Again, you have another sequin. And then you have, of course, my favorite row. So I like the bottom row the best. We all know that. And not surprised. It's actually reminding me of the Manny MUA one, except this one is a dual chromish type shade. I really liked this palette. I love the bottom row the best. The middle row was nice. And then again, they have that nice boring row for when you're in a rush and you don't have time to waste. Like I could put this on my outer V. I could put this gold all over the lid. Put this in the inner corner. Dust this over the top of this. And I have a nice little eye look. So it's like, to me, palettes like this are good for travel. Just because I have my colorful shades for the colorful person in me who likes to have like all color all the time. And then when I have to rush and go do something really quick for while I'm on vacation, I can always use the neutral boring row at the top, and then like I still have a decent eye look, and I didn't have to take in as much time as effort as you have to take in with colors. So that's why I like palettes like this for when you are going on vacation, because I usually take my cheaper makeup with me on vacation. Obviously, I'm not walking around with Pat McGrath on vacation, because if it breaks in customs or something happens to it, I'm had to hurt somebody. So that's why I like to have palettes like this around. And this is actually a really great quality palette too. So those are all of the Colourpop palettes that I think they should bring back. I do have other Colourpop items that I like that I feel like they should bring back. So if y'all want to see a part 2, let me know. We could talk about those, because there's a couple of highlighters, blushes, liquid lipstick shades, things like that that they took away that I was like, what are you doing? Why are you doing that? You need to stop. And I actually still have the products in my collection because I thought they were that nice. So if you all enjoyed this one, let me know, and we can do a part 2 with like the face products, the lip products, and things of that nature. But I hope you all enjoyed this video. Remember, you all are diamonds. I'll catch you guys in the next one.